What's going on, everybody? This is Jan Sports, aka Jan716, back here again. And today, I want to quickly recap the New England Patriots defeating the Baltimore Ravens 23-17. And first of all, I'm just going to say this, man. I don't like saying this about the Patriots, but I got to give them a lot of credit, especially with the coaching staff and the way that these players played today, especially in the very harsh conditions. I mean, it was thunderstorm. It was really storming all day over there, and in Foxborough, and it was raining really hard during that game. And the Patriots, came out with the W. So I got to give them a lot of credit. And they're also back now in the AFC East picture, being a 4-5 football team. So you got to be very optimistic if you're a Patriots fan as far as this team maybe competing for the division. I mean, it's going to be a tough road for them to catch up with the Bills and the Miami Dolphins, but if the Patriots continue to play very hard-nosed football, they can run the football very well, and if they can just improve in the passing game, then the Patriots will definitely be back in that conversation. But talking about this game real quick, guys, I think a huge reason why the Baltimore Ravens lost this football game was because of the weather. And I think a lot of Ravens fans will agree with me on that. I think some Patriots fans will definitely agree with me on that as well. Not to take anything away from the Patriots, because I got to give them credit for the W, but the Ravens just did not play well today under these conditions. I mean, first of all, Lamar Jackson just could not hold on to the football. Well, just couldn't hold on to the football as far as the snaps goes, guys. I mean, every time he was in shotgun or under center, I mean, it was just a mess, guys. I mean, he just couldn't properly hold on to the football enough. And again, it was raining. The snaps were high sometimes. The snaps were too low. And, it cost Baltimore when it came to field position. It cost them a lot this game when it came to field position. And it's, the Ravens, this team was in 3rd and 2 situations, or 3rd and 4, or 2nd and 2, they were close to getting first down so many times. And because the snaps were just messed up, it messed up the rhythm of this football team. It messed up the formations. It messed up what the Ravens were trying to do. And overall wise, again, you can make an argument that was the biggest reason why they lost, was because of the fact that these harsh conditions just affected the offense way too much. Now, you look at the Patriots side, they had problems of their own, but they were able to run the ball way more effectively. I think that was the reason, that was the difference. Baltimore had 100 yards rushing, but that's the Ravens. That's their game plan almost every single week. They love to establish the run game. They love to establish dominance with the offensive line, with the front. And, Lamar Jackson, he's one of the more dynamic players in football, especially when it comes to running the football. And when the Ravens were just taken off their comfort zone, not because the Patriots did a great job of stopping the run and forcing Lamar Jackson to pass, but it was just the weather. I think the weather with all that rain just had so much effect on what the Ravens were trying to do. But these type of games right here, this is a Bill Belichick type of game, right? This is a Bill Belichick type of game. This defense is suited for this type of weather, these nasty type of conditions. And you can just tell, man, these linebackers were flying all over the field. The defensive line were quickly getting penetration to the Ravens offensive line. The secondary, I felt played a really great game. J.C. Jackson, man, he's becoming one of the best corners of football. I think J.C. Jackson is one of the more underrated corners. Not a lot of people talk about him. Not the national media doesn't talk about him, but J.C. Jackson has played his ass off this entire year, even when he's the number 2 corner right behind Gilmore. But I really do like J.C. Jackson, and people just got to stop testing him, man, because he is really, really good. He knows how to spot the ball. He has great hip flexibility, great footwork. I mean, J.C. Jackson is, again, he's established himself as one of the better cornerbacks in all of football. But, the Patriots just play great defense all around. Again, they made they made the more crucial stops during this football game. And again, I think the running game led by Damian Harris and Rex Burkhead and Cam Newton with this defense, I think and the weather was a huge reason why the Patriots won this football game. But we also got to give credit to the game planning by Belichick, and we also got to give some game planning to the defensive coordinator Josh McDaniels on the offensive side of the ball to be more innovative and to really adjust to what the Ravens were giving them. Just got to give a lot of credit to the coaching staff as well. Especially battling these harsh conditions, because they're playing in it as well, and the Patriots were just the better team tonight. as far as should Ravens fans be concerned? I don't think so. As far as get you guys making the playoffs, as far as winning the division, the Steelers have won this division. I think if the Ravens did play against the Browns, I think the Ravens just has a little bit. I think the Ravens are just a more better coach football team at this point than the Cleveland Browns, and I also think that the Cleveland Browns schedule has been way more favorable to them compared to what the Ravens had to go against. But as far as the bigger picture, which is contending for his championship, it is concerning because the Ravens have limitations. Like Lamar Jackson, I'm just gonna say this first. He's not a bad passer. He's not a bad passer at all. But with Greg Roman and the way he sets up this Ravens attack, I mean, they don't have the personnel on the outside to really help out Lamar Jackson. I mean, they got the tight ends, but Andrews is not 100%, and Nick Boyle, who also went down, which by the way, I hope he's all right. But they run 2 tight end sets. They love to run the ball heavily, especially with their quarterback. They do run a lot of pistol formations and stuff like that. I mean, this team, it's not built for them to. This offense is not built for them to win a Super Bowl. I'm sorry. This offense that Greg Roman has, and I like Greg Roman, it's not setting up this team to winning a championship, especially when you're going against some of the other better defenses or some of the better offenses with the firepower that they have. I just don't see that this offense can lead them to a championship. So, they got to figure out something. They got to try to be more innovative. They got to try to establish the passing game more, and they got to try to open it up. Something's got to happen, man, because them running the ball that many times and Lamar Jackson pretty much struggling to throw the football. Again, it's harsh conditions. It's harsh weather. The receivers drop passes as well, but they got to try to do something to open up the passing attack. It's just running that many times or the way that Baltimore does it, it's just not going to win them a championship. Again, that's just my thoughts. You guys can probably disagree about that, but that's just my opinion on it. But like I said, again, I got to give a lot of credit to the New England Patriots. I don't like saying that, but I got to give credit where credit is due. Cam Newton, I felt, had a more of a game managing type of role, but in this, this type of weather, this type of environment, that's to be expected. Shout out to Damian Harris, former Bama great. I've never seen Damian Harris run this hard before compared to college, but again, I'm glad to see Damian Harris is also playing really well so. Anyway, guys, if you guys enjoyed this video, again, make sure to hit the like button, share the video, subscribe, hit the notification bell, especially if you like my weekly NFL recaps. And again, more recaps, more NFL content on the way, so just stay tuned for that. So anyway, Jan716, aka Jan Sports. Have a good day. Peace.